Hey, this is the 5 on 5 podcast presented by Nuke's Hot Sauce and DirectMusicService.com. I'm your host, Phenom, along with my host coming live from Arizona, Jupiter Williams. My other host coming live from sunny tropical Las Vegas, Nick Lopez. And our guest today coming from way out east, make some noise.
Way out.
Yes, boom.
That's a long clip.
I was waiting for y'all to stop me, man.
We'll see you guys next week. Take care. Mathias, how the hell are you, my friend?
Actually kind of tired. I don't know.
Hey.
Myself, I'm like in a lazy mode right now. I just did a stream for Ageless. That felt like 10 hours. It was only like 60 minutes, but it felt like 10 hours long.
Woo.
Yeah.
One of those sets, huh?
Like,
Let's talk about that first. You are having a very good stream week.
Yes, he is.
Very good stream week. Let's start from the top on that. Serato hit you up and they were like, yo, let's get busy, right?
I mean, because I was on a phone call with my guy there, Cut Corners. And like,
Shout out, Cuz.
Shout out Cut Corners. We just started randomly talking. I was like, yeah, I'm like, you guys ever open slide? And Serato's like, yo, we'd love to have you. This is back in like January, but he's like, we can't book you till May. And I was like, God damn.
Damn.
That lined up. There's so many. Everybody's asking or everyone's being put on or whatever. So yeah, so I did that, and then Thursday came around. I did it. Did my best for 2 hours, and it was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, their server didn't save the video like they do everybody else's, so it lost all the video. Good.
What's up with Serato? What's up?
It's always when it's your turn, right?
Yeah.
That only happens when it's your turn.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're like, are you up? We forgot how to work all of this.
Record box whenever. Record box whenever. Am I throwing shots right now?
Yo.
A little bit.
This guy doesn't even use record
Nah,
box.
hell no.
Don't listen to him. How do you I'm just going to get into questions before we get into the actual. How do you prepare for a set for Serato?
I don't know. Like, honestly, I was at work during the day, and I was like, all right, play some downtime, which I had a lot of downtime. I'm going to put some songs in. I put like 20 songs in. I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to wing it. So I have like my Serato library is very anal. So I have like a folder called the library. It has all my genres in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have another one, which is like I make on the fly. And also like, if I play certain gigs, I'll go back into history and I'll dump them in that extra folder.
Yeah.
Some of my favorites. And so for the Serato set, I was just like, I want to play, I know these 5 songs. These are the 5 songs. I'm just filling the gap. And people are reacting, they're getting ideas on the spot. And like I started out, what did I start with? Spider Text remix, so that Justin Bieber song.
Peaches.
From Peaches.
Yeah.
And then I played the Ice Cube version.
Mm-hmm.
Same sample. And then I went for like Magic Flowers version of Ice Cube's remix of it. And then I just took off. So
let's go.
People liked it, apparently. Apparently it was talked about on Twitch for a couple days. So.
Yo, Magic Flowers just kind of like popped up from nowhere, right?
Yeah, I got into them like last summer.
Yeah.
That Poison remix they did.
Yep.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I was like, everything. They were just so.
Yeah. No, that's dope, man. Big ups to you. I know you can be put in kind of any environment and paddle the boat in any direction, which is why we have you here, which is a perfect segue to what we do. This is the 5 on 5 podcast. Every week what we do, we compare 2 artists head to head, their top 5 songs as viewed most popular on Spotify. You pick this or that and you tell us which one you like. We go 5 rounds. My pick today is 2 men. Travis is going to like this. Neek is going to feel some sort of way about this. And we'll see how you feel. It is Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy versus Rick Ross.
Whoa. Ciroc Boys versus Black Bottle Boys.
Exactly.
Yeah,
there we go.
Exactly. Let's start with round one. From Diddy, we have "I'll Be Missing You" versus Rick Ross, "Money in the Grave." Let's start out with our guest from DC, Mr. Mathias.
Definitely gonna take Money in the Grave.
Okay.
Like, I'm not a Diddy fan at all. So.
Oh.
Whoa.
Hey.
Whoa.
Hey.
There's something about him just like irks me. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
Okay.
I am sorry, Diddy. I just don't fucking.
Hey, listen though, we still trying to get that sponsorship from Ciroc though. So we say what you need to say. We can post edit this. Yeah.
Shout out to Rock. Shout out Revolt.
We're out here. We'll see how that fares up for the rest of the rounds. Travis.
I mean, where the fuck do I really even start? Okay, yeah.
Yep. Neek.
Just because that was played out, Missing You was played out. It's just played out.
Okay, that's fair.
That's all.
I'm going with Rick Ross.
Woo.
The ball.
All right, that's a sweep. Round two, gentlemen. It may get a little interesting here. I Need a Girl Part 2 versus Purple Lamborghini. Let's start with Jupiter.
Well, Purple Lamborghini was from a small movie called Suicide Squad, which also featured Jared Leto in the video. It was a small flop, yeah. WB got in the way of that movie. I can go on for days. All right. Anyways, I Need a Girl Part 2. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go. Classic.
Okay, Mathias.
That's a tough one, man. Purple Lamborghini is a joint of Skrillex, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out, who was just thirst trapping on IG yesterday.
Oh, he was thirst trapping?
Oh, y'all haven't seen
that? No, man. I'm not looking at.
Yo, anytime Skrillex does anything, I get a notification because I need that new music, man.
I'm not trying to see Skrillex thotting around, though.
Yeah.
Is that a Calvin Klein ad?
Yo.
Good for him. Good for him.
Yo, somebody was like, I had to take my girl's phone and unfollow Skrillex. I'm not trying to have her leave me for him. 500,000 on this. 500,000.
Were you one of them?
No, not yet. Now I am. 500,001. Yo, Mathias, which way are we going?
Let's go with Diddy on this one.
Diddy.
The remix had who was it? Mario?
Yeah, Mario Winans, Genuine, and Loon.
Yes.
Yep.
You pick it just for Loon.
Yeah, exactly.
Is Loon locked up? Loon's locked up.
It was out. It was out.
Loon's out.
Okay, cool. Good for him.
Neat.
I am going with I Need a Girl Part 2. I am not a fan of Purple Lamborghini. I think that just comes from – that's what I was going to say. I think from working in the clubs.
Yeah. Because it's such a good transitional song.
Yeah, that's how you go from hip hop to EDM and EDM to hip hop, and I am just so burnt out on that song almost immediately. I hope this doesn't come across as like a diss or anything or a shot
but
fire,
it is.
This song came out kind of after like the dubstep hype was kind of over, and so this was like the last like squeezing of wringing out of the fucking dubstep towel for that last droplet of fucking hype, and I couldn't handle it. I hated it then. I hate it now. But I love I Need a Girl Part 2 because I was.
He's like, I'm not busting tables when Purple Lamborghini is on. I'm not going out there.
No, I'm not.
You can't get me
my
out
table's
there.
My table's going to shit. Nobody has any juice. No
Just
ice.
One song.
I'm in the well gliding, thinking about I Need the Girl Part 2.
That was a sweep for Diddy. One sweep for Ross, one sweep for Diddy. Let's take it to round 3 here. Bad Boy for Life or Aston Martin Music? Let's start with Mathias.
Aston Martin music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would have came back for you. Boy, Drizzy can sing.
What's that?
Drizzy can sing.
Yeah. Neek.
I hate Drake, but this is a song
That's a
that
lie.
I do like.
You love Drake.
I recently liked a
We
couple
cape
of
for
Drake
Drake on this
songs.
podcast. We cape for Drake very hard.
Not a fan, not the biggest fan, rather. I'm coming around.
Mm-hmm.
What's the Diddy song? Bad Boys for Life?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When they were on the scooters?
Mm-hmm. Featuring Mark Curry.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Bad Boys for Life, dog.
Okay.
Easy.
Okay. Trav.
There goes the neighborhood, man. You guys seen the video? Bad Boys for Life video? There goes the neighborhood. God, that was a classic video because that was one of the first times we seen Diddy and Snoop in a video together.
And Ben Stiller.
And Ben Stiller too, yes. With the golf ball.
History.
And what happened to Mark Curry? What did Diddy do to Mark Curry? Where is he?
I don't know.
That's a great question.
I don't know. That's a mystery on that one. We'll chalk that up for Diddy. Round 4, gentlemen. I Need a Girl Part 1 versus Every Day I'm Hustling. Ooh. Mathias, lead us off. Hustling. Easy pick, he says. Trav.
It's hard to pick against Usher.
But.
Hustling, man.
Ooh.
That was something else, man. That was something else. When that song came out, that was something else.
Miami,
you ain't never heard a song like that before.
Port of Miami.
Let's go.
Neek.
Classic album. Was
Rick
that Slip and
Ross.
Slide Records too? Sorry, Neek.
I don't know.
Was that Slip and Slide?
I'll look that up. Let me get a number.
I thought it was just all Maybach.
Even back then, though, I didn't know if I never heard.
Or Def Jam South.
I think it was Def Jam South. We had beef back in the day.
Oh, they had beef.
There's something about somebody's gang called the Ubi Boys or something like that. Apparently killed one of Trick Daddy's people.
Oh shit! Okay.
I don't think it was Slip and Slide. I think Slip and Slide was popping back then, but
yeah. Gotcha. Okay.
That would be crazy if Rick Ross was on Slip and Slide.
Yeah. Trav.
No, Neek.
Oh, Neek.
Oh yeah, Rick Ross for sure.
Rick Ross.
Port of Miami is the shit.
Yeah, and then Jay-Z with the remix too.
Port of Miami was on Slip and Slide according to Wikipedia.
Let's go.
Really?
That's crazy.
Huh.
2006.
Damn. Yeah, he got out there quick.
I listen to this show because I learn something new every day. So, round 5, gentlemen.
Let's get it.
Some newer stuff here. Diddy, Young G's, which is not a new song, which is on No Way Out.
Oh yeah.
Versus This Is My Year, the new Khaled and Rick Ross and Big Sean and etc. Let's start with anyone that has an opinion on either one of these songs.
I'm just gonna mute so I can get a.
Yeah, can I mute too?
Go ahead and mute. Listen to them if you need to. I'll tell you guys right now.
How did this?
What's that,
This
Mathias?
hit number 5.
I'm gonna give it to Puffy because that Khaled album's a snooze fest. So
Man.
Definitely don't listen to.
Nobody gave their best for that Khaled album, man. Drake gave 2 throwaway songs.
Drake's like, here it is.
Jay-Z and Nas didn't want to be anywhere near that album. Golly. I gotta go Diddy, man.
Golly, he's.
I said golly.
Gee whiz.
Yo, golly.
I'm embarrassed that I forgot what song Real G's was. Yeah, that's easy.
I'm surprised that's number 5 for Diddy though.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it's on there, to be honest.
Yeah. Is that a TikTok song?
I don't know. It feels like maybe. It just seems like it seems kind of random.
Can't Hold Me Down wasn't on there.
Anything. Been Around the World?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that remix of Mace, that definitely was a big one.
Yeah. Man. Yeah.
I don't understand why Diddy shouldn't have a discography. Like, I don't like his.
Here we go.
He's not a good rapper. Like,
Neat. We trying to get this sponsorship from Ciroc, man. What are you doing?
Yo.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sabotaging. Honestly, what I meant to say is that Diddy's discography is fucking unmatched. I just don't understand
all of this.
All of it.
Why.
Right now we're sponsored by Tap Water, but anything can happen, baby. Shout out to
is Diddy the greatest hip hop flipper?
Rapper of all time? Sure.
Nah. Hip hop flipper though. Like when it comes to producing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like what? Samples?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Take hits from the 80s, make it sound so crazy.
There you go.
Does he really make beats? Does he make all of? Because
I don't think he does.
I mean, he has a crew. You know, he has
I think he calls the shots like, "Yo, flip this," and then they do.
He's the Quincy Jones of the operation.
Yeah.
I'm not giving him credit.
Hey, Quincy still had Thriller. Come on now.
Yeah.
Quincy had a lot of shit. Quincy, but like in rap, it's.
You talking about? Did he have Ready to Die?
Right, but he didn't produce anything on it.
Did he produce that album?
He just shows. He executive produced it. He didn't make none of the beats.
Yo, Diddy is.
That's something that needs to be said about hip hop music. I don't like that we're calling beat makers producers because then people like Puffy who don't actually make beats are being called producers, and we're sitting here talking to them in the same conversation as like Primo, and like they don't even do the same thing. Like,
well, I wouldn't put Diddy up with Primo.
But you know what I'm saying? Like Diddy doesn't make music. So like
Diddy is to production what Dre is to rapping.
I mean, okay, so Diddy and Poe produced Juicy.
How much do you think Diddy did versus? You know what I'm saying?
This is early years Diddy. This is Puff Daddy. This is Puff Daddy. This is him coming out of Uptown Records, being fired from Uptown Records.
Yeah, I don't even think. Yeah, but he didn't do a lot of that stuff either. He's like an A&R for Uptown.
He was an A&R over at Uptown.
And that's kind of what he was for his own label. Like he just kind of put people in places. He wasn't actually making music.
I mean, Diddy's always been a master, easily.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, and that's like a job of its own, and that's like in a traditional sense what producing is. I think we should just get in the habit of calling beat makers. Not
okay.
producers.
Yeah, fair.
That's fair.
Because take Keith. Take Keith as a beat maker.
Yeah.
Right.
Mike Will, take Keith. Yeah. Metro. Yeah. Of course.
Beat makers.
Gentlemen, songs that we thought should have been on either one of these guys' top 5.
Oh man.
Start with Diddy.
Oh, yeah, Diddy. Can't Nobody Hold Me Down.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna say Senorita because I've.
Senorita. Yeah, that song is fire.
What was the song from the Godzilla soundtrack?
Come With Me.
Oh, Come With Me. Yes. With Jimmy Page.
Yo, I will go on record right now and say I made a bad trade with my cousin for the Godzilla soundtrack for Green Day Dookie. I gave him my copy of Dookie. He gave me Godzilla soundtrack for Come With Me. I fucked up.
What did you think that you made a steal though?
I thought I made a deal. I thought I'd heard all I could hear of the Green Day album, and I was like, I gotta flop this out. And you know what? Go back and listen to that Godzilla soundtrack. Not a lot of heat. On
there. Go back and watch that movie. Not a lot of heat in that movie either.
I saw that in the
movies.
I did too.
Was Seal on that movie? Or, I mean, in the soundtrack, was Seal on that?
Or are you thinking about Batman?
Batman. Kiss from a Rose.
Right, that's Batman. Kiss from a Rose.
Fire song, by the way.
Kiss on the Nose.
Kiss on the Nose. Okay, let's go. Lightning round. Come on.
Lightning round. Matthias, what we do every week, we give you a this or a that, and you choose which one you like, and you can tell us as little or as much as you'd like. Let's start with this. Aerosmith or Bon Jovi? For those of you just listening, not watching, Mathias is wearing a Cro-Mag shirt, and that's the first question we've asked him for the
yes.
I guess I'm gonna have to go. I don't like. We'll go with Aerosmith. The Dream
Okay.
cool.
Okay. Tribe or Far Side?
Tribe.
Shalimar or Kool and the Gang?
Shalimar.
David Bowie or Queen?
David Bowie.
Zap or Gap?
Got that.
Okay. Clips or Mobb Deep?
That's a tough one. It's a very tough one. I guess I'm gonna go with Mobb Deep.
Mobb Deep? Okay. Weekend or Party Next Door?
Party Next Door.
Okay.
Yeah. Was that our first party? That was our first Party Next Door pick.
It might be.
Yeah.
It might be.
It.
Al Green or Marvin Gaye?
Marvin Gaye.
Travis Scott or Future?
Future, hands down. Future.
Okay. Kendrick or J. Cole?
Kendrick.
Jay-Z or Bruce Springsteen?
I'm not from Jersey. Definitely Jay-Z.
Yeah, let's go.
Drake or Dr. Dre?
This is like my personal preference, what I would listen to on my personal time.
Sure.
I go with Drake.
Voice of our generation.
Trick Daddy or Gucci?
Drake.
Luda or Juvenile?
Ooh.
I feel Ludacris.
Luda. Okay. What held you up on that one?
I was a big Hot Boys fan.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've always been a Ludacris fan because like he's like, what's it? The new guy that like I always say reminds me of Ludacris. The baby. You know how the baby's like animated and
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I like that about Ludacris. So I had to compare their albums in my head. I definitely liked more Ludacris albums than I have solo Juvenile.
When do you guys think you all like? At which album do you think you stopped listening to Ludacris?
I could. Let's see here.
Maybe Get Back.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, yeah.
Because
was that Red Light District?
Kanye
Is that what the name of that album was?
Red Light District. Yep.
That's not what I was listening.
That had Pimpin' Over the World on that one.
The first one was really good. That one was good. I think he put out something else. No, Chicken and Beer. Sorry.
Chicken and Beer was sick.
Yeah, that's the last one.
Shout out to Target. I shoplifted that one from there.
Yo, Red Light District might be the last Luda album that I really listened to.
I think Red Light District was the last one I listened to.
Yeah. After Red Light, or did Red Light come out later?
Red Light came out in 2004.
It came out after Chicken and Beer.
Yeah, Chicken and Beer 2003.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so right before.
Chicken and Beer had some good choices on it.
Yeah, it did.
That cool song at the end with the gunshots. Slam.
Oh yeah.
The still Titty Boy. And
Yo,
Chingy fucking murdered it, which surprised the hell out of me.
Oh yeah.
What happened to I-20, man? I-20 was cool.
I-20 was cool.
I wish I would have heard more I-20 over the years. I'm gonna look him up on Spotify after this. I bet he's got some
Oh,
let's keep it moving on this one. Weezer or Blink-182?
Weezer or Blink-182?
Yeah.
Weezer.
Oh.
Okay.
Blink, I only like maybe a handful of their songs.
Yeah.
Sure.
Weezer's first Blue album, like a classic from beginning to end.
Yeah.
Pinkerton was good, but it wasn't as good as the first solo album or first Blue album.
That's fair. Big Timers or Yin Yang Twins? Ooh.
This was the Yin Yang Twins.
Okay.
That's just based off like me playing their stuff more when I play Big Time and stuff. So.
Sure. AC/DC or Guns N' Roses?
AC/DC by landslide.
Oh.
Whoa. Sick.
Whoa. He said, moving on, Colin. Colin, he don't have time for that question.
Whoa.
You ain't got time for that question, man. Let's go. Move on.
He will have time. He will have time for this
Yes, he
one.
will.
Sade or Aaliyah? See, everybody's cool and calm. Get this out of the way, and then this question comes up.
Remind me, my answer's right there. So.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it.
All right. Say less.
Yeah,
all right.
I love Aaliyah, but the Sade.
Yeah.
Earth, Wind, and Fire or Chic?
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Okay. TLC or SWV?
We just talked about TLC the other day. TLC. We want TLC on this one.
Okay. Ja Rule or Nelly?
I'm gonna go with Nelly.
Nelly, okay. Misfits or Cramps?
Misfits.
Phil Collins or George Michael?
Let's go with Phil Collins.
Okay.
I listen, yeah, definitely.
That's still a tough one, though. When you really think about it, that's still a tough one.
Yeah.
Very difficult.
Because we never touched on George Michael's disco stuff. George Michael
There's
had
a lot
whole
of good shit.
disco album, basically.
A lot of good shit. I mean, and Genesis is going back on tour. Not like any of us can afford tickets for that shit.
Nah. But see, that was a good matchup right there.
That was good. No, that's a good one. All right, I'll ask it. Hall & Oates or Outkast?
I'm gonna go with Outkast.
Okay.
I love Hall & Oates, but I just remembered seeing them 2 summers ago, and they were absolute garbage.
Yo, that's so funny you said that. I was supposed to get tickets to see them right before lockdown, and I missed it. Like, I just didn't go for whatever reason. I don't remember. And I remember people coming back and being like, yo, that just sucked. Like, it wasn't a good show. And that made me so sad because, like, I'm a stan. So I was really sad.
I am too. And so I was like, I get to see them for the first time. This is amazing. We're in the scenes. I'm like, come on. They played as if you were listening to an airport lounge cover band.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
They were like
airport cover band.
They slowed the songs down. It was like they pitched their keys down in their mouth. I don't know what the fuck they did. But I Can't Go For That was like, it's usually 115 BPM.
Yeah.
It was at least 98 BPM when we saw them live. It was really bad. Like, we left halfway through.
It's a ballad.
Yo, do they not have the rights to perform their songs outright?
No, I don't know, but that,
you might be onto something.
That's
a thing.
Hill is. That's Lauryn Hill's show.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Like, people are like, yo, why is Lauryn Hill performing these weird versions? Like, it's out of necessity. It's not like I feel like being a fucking weirdo. It's like I have to play it.
It's funny you brought that up because that's a master's thing. Like, it depends on who owns the masters of of their music. So if they don't own it, whenever they play it, they got to pay for it.
Yeah.
So, and right before I just hopped on this call, my buddy called me and was like, hey, do you know who owns the rights to Eminem's music?
Michael Jackson.
And he's like, yeah, Michael Jackson owns his whole catalog. I guess Eminem was talking shit in 2005 or something, like something way that like made a joke about Michael Jackson. And Michael said, let me have those masters. And, like,
oh man, that's exactly what he said too.
Yeah,
dang, because that's what he did with Paul McCartney too.
Yeah,
yeah. Lady Gaga, Justin Bieber, all the names MJ thought ahead, and he was
and the Happy Birthday song.
Yeah, and get this, he also bought it with acquiring all those. I think they were like Sony or somebody's masters.
Yeah.
Little Richard was in there, and he gifted 100% of it back to Little Richard.
Yeah. You
love to see it.
I like
yeah,
that.
and furthermore, Jimi Hendrix used to play guitar for Little Richard in his band.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Fun fact.
Can I make a small Weezer asterisk? I want to move on quickly, but I wanted to ask this because Mathias, you sound like you know your Weezer stuff. Do you think that Pinkerton would have just been a better album if it was just the Pink album versus Pinkerton? I feel like the name change changed expectations for people, and that's why the Green album was so loved, because it felt like they were getting back to Blue album stuff.
I heard the singles.
Okay, Hash Pipe.
And I was like, I'm good.
You were out by then.
I was out. Pinkerton was
okay.
Pinkerton was. I don't know if that would have changed the way I would have perceived the album. It was good. Like a Scorcher was a fucking banger when it first came out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I still feel the same way about it, regardless of
copy.
Yeah.
Matthias, top 3 Weezer songs.
Only in Dreams.
Oof. Oof.
What was that one song? El Scorcho.
Yeah.
And Say It Ain't So.
Let's go.
Copy.
Great
Let's
list.
go.
Where's Buddy Holly? Where's Buddy Holly on that?
Thanks. Like out of 10?
Sure.
9.
9. Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah, it's
Still
fair.
up there. That's still up there.
Yeah. It's on the board.
Yeah. Everybody's happy about that.
Yeah.
I mean, YouTube's going to be furious, but we're all
Yeah, absolutely.
YouTube's going to be coming for all of
Hey,
us.
speaking of YouTube, shout out to all our YouTube followers. Go ahead and smash the like, hit the notification bell to get all of our updates. What else am I missing, boys?
Like, follow, subscribe.
Bell icon to like, follow, subscribe.
Boom. Got him.
I'm on YouTube. I would have like adjusted my brightness setting.
We on. First of all, let's start from the top, Matthias. You have one of the cleanest websites I've seen for any DJ, so I want to hat tip you on that. We've all been doing our research before we hop in. I saw this phrase, DJ Mr. Eclectic. That's how people describe you, as DJ Mr. Eclectic. So I want to pose this question to you. If you could only play one genre for the rest of your life, what would it be and why?
One genre. It would have to be hip hop, I guess. Hip hop, you can play aggressive hip hop, you can play chill out hip hop, you can play instrumental hip hop, you can play jazz and hip hop with like an R&B hook. So I would hit more moves. Like I can hit more moves with hip hop. Sure.
That'll lead me into this next one here. Tell us about Clubhouse Global.
Honestly, I was just a fan, and like I got on Twitch, started watching channels. I just became a fan. I was in the chats, and I guess they noticed me like there all the time because they used to have like a bunch of artists I loved I'd never been able to see. And one day they just dubbed me the mayor of Clubhouse Global. I was like, okay, whatever that means. And like a month later, they're like, yo, we want to bring you in the team. We just need to find a position for you. I'm like, all right. Next thing I know, they're like, oh, we need someone to do our Discord. We'll pay you X amount each week, and you're officially on the team. So I'm like, all right. They're all really great people. They work their ass off. That stuff they have with the night is pretty wild. Like if you go in that chat, people love the night. It's very awesome. So yeah, it's good. I love what they're doing. They make sure they pay each of their DJs. They're getting all the underground stuff. They're just like doing a really good thing for DJs. And of course now there's like 5 other people that are trying to be like them. But definitely hit the ground running. So.
Now, when shit hit the fan and everyone started pivoting to Twitch, when did you hop on?
I had actually gone on Twitch the year before lockdown.
Whoa.
Just to watch, not even to DJ, just like to watch video gamers because like I don't own a video game system, but I just want to see like what people are doing. So I catch it here and there, I put it on in the office, like in the background. And eventually, when lockdown happened, I started with like everybody else on IG and Facebook. And I was just like whack. Off every like 10 minutes. So I was like, all right, let me make this plunge to Twitch. I got on Twitch, started watching a couple people, and then shout out my homegirl JM she was heavy on there. Like we were talking, she's like, you need to get on there and start making money. I was like, you make money off of this? She's like, next thing I talked to a couple other people, and they're like, oh yeah. He's like, I made like $200 the other day. I was like, what? I was like, yeah, let me set my shit up real quick. And I got on, and I don't DJ as much as I want to, but I do as much as I can, you know?
Yeah.
It's cool. I've met a lot of people. I've considered Twitch the new, probably aging myself by saying this, but I consider Twitch the new Hollerboard. If you guys remember Hollerboard.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That's a good way to put it.
Like,
absolutely.
Talking to people from like everywhere and like, yo, I'm going to DC, you come here, come play here, I'll play there. It's like, oh shit, this is like Hollerboard, except it's like online.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Does that give you more opportunities to do you compared to a regular gig?
On Twitch?
Yeah.
Like on Twitch? I mean, I kind of do the same thing in person. Because like, at first I was DJing 5-6 nights a week. That's when I didn't have a day job. And eventually I got burnt out being in the club, drunk, like 5 days a week. So I got my day job so I can have a foundation of income. And now I can pick and choose which gigs I'm going to play. I don't have to play to pay my rent. Right? So now, for the past, like, since I've been in the government for almost 8 years, for the past 8 years, I play whatever I want, wherever I want. Unless it's like a wedding or a corporate gig, but still, like, they still book me because they know I'm going to play good stuff and still meet their requirements, you know? I definitely still play the Becky's and Chad parties because those are fun. You like to play pop music. Everyone loves to play pop music, no matter who you are. So I still do those, but then I also do a lot of stuff for, like, the restaurants or the lounges or the bars or the clubs. Just like, yo, do what you want. Like, you know, so.
Yeah. Are you from DC originally?
I was born in DC. I grew up in PG County, which is like 10 minutes outside. So basically, here's DC in the middle. Here's Montgomery County, PG County, and here's Virginia.
Okay.
So I can get to PG County within 6 minutes by driving that way. I can get to Virginia 15 minutes that way. So I grew up in PG County, which is like, I guess you consider PG like to Manhattan. You know, like Manhattan's here.
Okay, yeah.
PG County's right there. We're all connected.
Sure.
You'd always, as a person who lived in like the DMV, you always came to DC because DC was like always where something was happening. So I was born in DC at George Washington in Georgetown, and then was raised in PG County. Went to high school there, and went to college in Baltimore.
So you've got kind of a broad overview of all of those areas. How has that shaped you as a DJ? Your sound and your vibe?
DC definitely has, because like there's different pockets, there's different parties everywhere. I mainly would attend like the underground stuff because like a lot of promoters would bring like the people that you would like hear on like Rinse or NCS. They do like warehouse parties and shit like that. But also I grew up on go-go music, which is like our staple sound. Especially like in high school, like a high school auditorium during the gym, like our gym teachers let us put the go-go on the speakers and like we just play ball and get all hyped. So definitely go-go. Jazz was definitely huge in DC. My mom listened to a lot of like R&B growing up. So I grew up listening to R&B. And then also like I'm Ghanaian, so I listen to a lot of hip life, a lot of Afro funk and shit like that. So like being able, and then also like the whole rock scene, like DC is huge on rock music.
Right.
You know, like of course like Bad Brains and like Minor Threat and shit like that. So like being able to go to shows all the time, I was able to gain a knowledge of almost every genre there is. And we have a huge house scene here. Baltimore definitely has a bigger one than us, but they would come back and forth and do their party here. There's a party called Deep Sugar, and they would do parties here in DC. And then also DC had a radio station called HFS 99.1, and the DJ, her name was Gina Crash, and she would do a show from like Sunday midnight to like 2 a.m. and she played nothing but like trance, acid, like Josh Wink, Underworld, shit like that. So like I record those sets like every Saturday night. I've listened to that. I definitely was able to see and hear a lot of different sounds, and that eventually molded my ears.
What was your favorite R&B album growing up to?
That's tough, man. I mean,
for me, it was Diary of a Madman. That's Jodeci for everybody that doesn't know.
I mean, I really got into R&B. I didn't really get it at first, but I got into it when the New Jack Swing scene. It was like new edition. I remember saving up money to go to like Ames or Sears or Waxy Maxx or something like that. I bought it on CD. I was wow. Like I used to want to be like them. I had the flat top with the part on the side. Like that was my shit. I'd definitely probably say the first new edition album.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so what would that be? Any Heartbreak?
So it was one that it was yellow, all five.
Oh yeah, the yellow one. I think that's just a self-titled drum.
Yeah.
Okay.
New edition. Yeah. Yep.
I have them on the cover. It's yellow background.
Yeah.
So now that you're collecting all of this music growing up, what was the pivot for you to be like, hey, I need to actually apply this and start playing music for people?
I mean, I used to have parties in my house, and like, you can't have a party without music. That's when iTunes first popped up and iPods first came out. So I made playlists, like 6-7 hours long, while the party's going on. It's like all different sounds, and everyone's like, "Yo, why don't you DJ?" I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how to DJ. Like, I know how to play the guitar, I know how to play the drums, but DJ is like a totally different world. I started working at a record store, and the local DJ would always come in trying to find records. And he was trying to find Block Party's first album. I was like,
oh yeah.
I'm like, do that? He's like, yeah. I was like, all right. So I ordered it for him. He's like, yo, do you DJ? Because like he would come in and hear what I'm playing in the store. I'm like, nah, I don't. He's like, you should. He's like, because I put him on to certain stuff that he didn't know about. I was like, all right, if the DJ's telling me I should DJ, maybe I should think about this. So I eventually got a little Hercules controller. It was garbage.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna try this out, see if I like it. I did a couple parties. Like I'd have people in my house, and I'd play music. Eventually, I was like, yo, I actually like this. When I bought some Gemini turntables and got Serato, and that was it.
Oh.
This was 2010, 2009, 2009.
Do you have a big record collection still, or do you sell it off?
I sold a lot of it.
Sold a lot of it, yeah.
It's like when I moved, because I lived in Frederick, Maryland, which is like an hour and a half north of here, and I split with my girl at the time. And moving, I was like, I don't want all this shit with me, and I was trying to downsize my life, so I just donated it all to the Goodwill.
Someone came up.
Yeah.
That's a Goodwill, man.
Like working for a record store, I would also get to know the reps, and they would like give me like promo.
Oh yeah.
That was even before I started DJing. And then when I started DJing, I was tight. I already had like a collection.
Yeah.
That's a gift and a curse.
Yeah.
To get plugged to the promos, because it's like, if you get some cool shit, like sick, I got a promo of this.
Yeah.
And then, but most of it isn't cool shit. You just have a lot of records.
They start smelling like records. I'm like, I'm starting to get my record collection back again. So like actually to the left of me is like a stack of records right here. Like they used to be on the wall, and I have some on the wall still. You guys can't see it, but I got backwards up there. Stevie Wonder Intervision.
Songs in the it's Intervisions,
yeah.
Taylor, which is like Ghanaian funk artist that I grew up listening to.
Yeah.
A bunch of other records right here. I'm trying to decide if I want to put these on this side of the wall or if I actually want to get a shelf. I don't know. So.
Happy birthday, Stevie! It's on Monday. By the time this episode comes out, we'll be a week out. But
no, it'll be this Monday. Yeah.
Oh, so it'll be on his birthday. So today,
Stevie Wonder's birthday. Happy birthday, Stevie!
Happy birthday, Stevie!
I hope you see this.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Hey man.
Bro, hey, you know he watching.
We let a lot.
Stop,
watching.
Outside.
Watching.
How are you gonna get my man on his birthday? All right.
Moving on.
Yo, so tell us about that vibe, because we've been doing a lot of capsules lately talking about this blog house movement where a lot of our listeners have lived through it or weren't there for the Renaissance. You were in the thick of it. in the area where you're right next to Baltimore, where the Baltimore club sound is just exploding. KW Griff is getting played by everyone. Mr. Postman's getting played by fucking everyone. What was that like?
It was fast too. He had a huge hit.
Yeah.
It was cool because Baltimore Club, it's funny because like Baltimore Club wasn't really played in DC, and just like Go-Go wasn't played in Baltimore. Baltimore called Go-Go music pots and pan music.
Makes sense.
They hated Go-Go music, and then like playing Baltimore Club here, you had to like have the right room to play it. Otherwise, people would like turn this techno shit off. But being close to Baltimore was nice because there was a party that Simon, Phoenix, and Cullen N. I don't know if you know those guys from Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
Do Taxlo.
Yeah.
I go to Taxlo all the time, and there's like parties at the Auto Bar, parties at the Copycat, and so like I got to get my Baltimore Club fixes. Not a lot of people in DC were playing it. Eventually, later on, like during the Hollywood times, right before Hollywood ended, there's people. It's like the new wave with DC DJs. They start playing it at like the cool kid parties and shit like that. So, I mean, I love it. It's definitely something I listen to and play as much as I can.
Yeah.
To get the history on it. There's actually a movie that the homie Mighty Marches put out. Him and TTD Artists, they put it on Netflix.
Yeah.
The Netflix one.
Yeah, Shred. Shout out DJ Shred. He was just talking about that when we were in Vegas.
Yeah.
For our 1 year anniversary. So yeah, shout out Shred for it. He was trying to get us to watch it before we hit the flight back home. So still on the list to watch.
Man, I flew out. I played 2 gigs. This was like my first time DJing on the road. I flew out, and as soon as you mentioned Taxlo, I was there the night that Kayleigh from Block Party played at Taxlo. And so it was Kayleigh, Dave Nada, The Rapture did a DJ set.
Oh, shit.
From The Rapture.
And it was the fucking party.
It was crazy, right? Like Sparks was the sponsored drink. There was
Oh my God.
There was I think it was like maybe a Scion, maybe something else pulled up out front. The trunk was open. People were playing Guitar Hero out of the car while you're waiting in line to get inside. And it just seemed like there was so much money and budgets were just endless through cool corporate sponsorships. Yes. Not like cheesy beat you over the head. It was just very effortless where it was like, yo, somebody else is paying for this shit. I don't really know who, but we're drinking Sparks for free tonight. You know, like shit like that. That was just it was almost a renaissance. And we've talked about that. We had last week with Treasure Fingers, you know. It was a time and a place. Do you think that the scene will ever get back to a movement like that?
I miss that shit. It's like I don't know. I kind of feel like it will get like that, but it won't be like Blog House. It'll be like a different genre. A lot of people are hungry to make money, especially after this past year. I feel like a lot of places are gonna like be more open-minded, like yo, just get people in here.
Yeah.
Definitely a time that I definitely miss. I hope it comes back. I hope like at least that type of like mentality.
Yeah.
Like, cool parties and have good artists there, and like, I hope it does come back.
Now I want to talk about a little bit here. What exactly goes into opening for K Tronada?
Hey, do you have to take like shrooms to prep for that shit? Like, what do you do?
Ayahuasca?
Yeah.
I was in town that night, and my homeboy was like, "Yo, K Tronada's playing U-Haul." I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "Can we get tickets?" He was like, "Nah, my guest list is full." Or he asked somebody for guest list. So, you know, the guy that I knew who's doing the booking, I was like, "Yo, like, remember the time you said I can ask you for tickets whenever I needed it? This is the time." K Tronada's He hit me back. He's like, "Give me 10 minutes." And he hits me back. He's like, "Yo," he's like, "Instead of guest list, do you want to open for K Tronada?" I'm like, dog, 2 hours? Like, I have to get a set ready in 2 hours? I had nothing, man. I had like 10 songs in a crate. And I was like, I ran to U-Haul. I got in there. The place was packed. Like, within the first 20 minutes, everybody's inside. The room is packed. And I was like, there goes nothing. I started playing some groovy shit. and everyone's like in dance circles just going off, and I was like, all right, I got this. It was a lot of pressure at first, but like as soon as the first 3-4 songs went by, I was like, all right, I got this shit. Like it's good.
What type of vibe were you playing?
I was playing a lot of like Pomo and what else was I playing? I played like Husky, Liv, Lakim. This was like when Soul Election was like starting to pop.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
I want to sound anyway, so I had a bunch of that shit in my laptop. Like I didn't have to actually prep because like I'm like I can't screen share here, but like I'm telling you, like my crates are very anal.
Mm-hmm.
And so each crate, I have like a hip hop crate, an R&B crate, a house crate, and inside of each of those, I have like 15 other ones.
Yeah.
That are based on vibes. So like for that Kitchen Out of Sound, I have a folder called Groove, which is like up tempo R&B, like Kitchen Out type shit. So I have like 200 songs in there, so I just like let them fly left and right. And that was a great show. I got a lot of compliments. Kitchen Out didn't speak a word of English. I don't need anything. I don't drink. I'm good. I was like, all right. And the other night we took a picture together. Like I tried to talk to him, and I was like,
Yeah.
I feel like that sound and even that scene is kind of comparable to like the new Blog House.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're just, we're not 18, 20 now.
Well, yeah, we're not at a place to call it something yet.
Yeah, so I feel like the kids that were in that scene, that's their Blog House era because it was huge.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I could see that. I agree with that.
Yeah, like the selection sound is definitely very find these tracks. No one has them. Find this. Like go deep. Yeah.
Like SoundCloud era. I mean, we're a little past it now, like, but that was a thing for a couple of years for sure.
Yeah.
Very short lived, but very huge. Like very much like Blog House. So I would compare that to like what we had going on.
Yeah.
Sound is like so oversaturated now compared to like Blog House. Blog House wasn't as saturated anywhere as near as like every kid now wants to sound like Kitchenada. Every kid wants to sound like we don't need a ballad remix of every single song. We don't need a fucking Kitchenada version of every R&B song comes out.
Kitchenada type beat on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's cool. I love the music, but like, do we really need this? Like, it's just too much.
It's also a testament to like the state of technology that we're in now. Everything is accessible. Back then, the internet, I don't want to say early stages, but it just isn't what it is now. MySpace music was fairly a newer thing. And like you had to know how to do that. And like Fruity Loops was basically your entry level way of making music.
Yeah.
And you needed hardware if you didn't know how to use that. And like you can go out and just buy things. And like now with $200, you could be a DJ and a producer and upload your shit on SoundCloud and YouTube, and now you're Kitchenada. And everybody does it. So it's like it's technology has made it so simple and cheap for an abundance.
Right.
So back then it was a little more harder to do, and so I think that's just the saturation is easier now for everything.
There's a lot of overlap in everything, and I think the EDM world had that when Jaws came out and people were trying to recreate that Jaws sound, where it's like no one's gonna blow up from sounding like Jaws. It's like, this is Jaws, this is what he does, this is Kitchenada, this is what he does. Like the next is going to be having your original sound, something completely fucking different than, nobody's going to want to hear 60 versions of the same fucking artist. That's just
100%.
Point blank. Now that we've talked about Kitchenada, tell us about opening for Thievery Corporation.
That was interesting. It was actually a South by Southwest event at DC. It was cool. Like the thing is, it was a big event, and they came on like right after me. But like the promoters were like, yo, play whatever you want. So I played like house. I played grime. This is like when like grime was coming back. I played Stormzy and like Lethal Bizzle and shit like that. And they just came on, just like did their thing. Like I didn't have to like cater to whoever was coming on after this. So like it's pretty simple. But if I played with them like by themselves, it'd be a totally different ball game.
Right.
I did DJ with the guy in 3B Corporation, Eric Hilton. Eric, a white guy. The other guy is a Spanish guy, Rob Garza. And so the Hiltons own a bunch of establishments in DC. Like we used to have a place called 18th Street Lounge. It's been around since 1995. They just like they went down after COVID. But they own a bunch of spots in the city. And he got this brand new spot called the Brixton. 3 floors, rooftop. It was their first Halloween night. And their whole thing was like, we're not making this like a top 40 club whatsoever. He's like, what do you mean? And Eric Hilton, I was like, shit, what do I play? Like, well, Eric's gonna play hip hop, like 80s hip hop. I'm like, all right, that's cool. So I'm rocking, and someone came and made a request, and like they bought me a shot, and I played like one like radio friendly hip hop song. Come to find out, the girl's like a couple places over from Eric Hilton, and she goes off, and the crowd's going nuts. And I look over and I see Eric Hilton. I was like, I'm not supposed to play this type of shit. I'm gonna get fired. So he's just like nodding his head. I was like, fuck. He's like, nice, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like, yo, he's like, doing a good job. I'm like, all right. Like, he's gonna find me at the end of the game. He's gonna find me. So he gets on. He's playing. He's brought. Remember Case Logic, the CD joints?
Yeah.
He's had 2 of those, and they're all like unnamed, like burnt CDs.
Yeah.
The 80s hip hop, like Boogaloo, and like all like the Curtis Blow shit that everyone's like standing still. He's like, Mathias. He's like, get back on and play that shit you were playing earlier. You're making me money. He's like, all right. And I'm becoming a resident. I was like, tight. So
sick.
Yeah.
The whole first set, I was like, I'm getting fired.
Damn. Yeah, those 2 names like that, like Thievery Corporation, if you tell me like you're playing that, that's how I see that, and I'm like, I can trust you in any room. You know, like opening for K Tronada, if it's just you and K Tronada, I can trust a DJ in any room, you know, and I think there's just artists like that, like pinnacle artists. Moving forward, I want to ask you this open-ended question, and you can fill in the blanks here. In the DJ community, there's too much blank and not enough blank. What do you think?
Yo, this is a good question.
There's too much. How do I describe this? It's like there's 2 different scenarios I could say here. Like one of them is the clout thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna name any names. There's people on Twitch that like book people for their train raids only because they know they're gonna bring numbers to them.
Right.
So clout is one thing. Another thing is like opinion. There's too much opinions that I don't love. So like,
Yo, Mathias, come closer to the
I'm sorry.
computer if you could. No worries.
Let me turn my TV down too. Sorry.
Yeah, we didn't want to miss this.
For those of you that are just listening and not watching, Mathias is DJing on Twitch right now as well as
I mean, I wish people would be more honest with their comrades or whatever I should say. Like when the DJ sucks, you should tell the DJ they suck. You shouldn't be like co-signing them just because they're bringing you numbers, you know? It's like there's like this one person that always plays this train raid all the time. It's only because the person's a girl and she's cute. I'm just like, you guys are booking them instead of putting on other people who are like talented and like working their ass off because you want revenue. You're in it for more of the money than the actual local DJ.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing. But like, just haters and like, there's a lot of gatekeeping in DJing.
Yeah, less gatekeepers.
Yeah, we need less gatekeepers. So it's just like, I mean, even going back to Twitch, like, you're supposed to help the community grow. So if you have like 400 viewers, and you know someone's like starting out and they have like 20 people, why would you go to another person that already has 400 other people watching?
Right.
Spread the wealth. Like, we're all DJs. We're all in it for the music and the play.
Yeah.
Like, help each other out. It's like, people need to follow more like the Audio One standpoint because Audio One's like has the biggest heart. Great dude, always positive. I've seen him do so much for so many people. I wish there was more of Audio Ones in the DJ community.
Shout out Audio One, friend of the show,
Shout out Audio
past
One.
guest.
Yeah, shout out Audio One. Big ups to him. I know he's resting up, and I know he's probably chomping at the bit to get back into it. But
Colin, you and I have done we've done a Twitch for him, right? Which one did we do? Was that the Motown Monday?
Yes, that was. Yeah. No, shout out to Audio One. The guy does have the biggest heart.
Yeah.
And I think you touched on a perfect point. There is too much gatekeeping, and there's also not enough promotion from the ground up. You know, like you mentioned, there's so many people that deserve a shot that are playing to less than 5 people. You know, and I'll hop into a stream and I'll be like, yo, this person's fucking great. And in a club, we're all teed up. We all have, 100 people there already because the bar has this influence or whatever. But when it kind of comes down to DJs relying on other DJs, there has been, I'm not saying you need to rely on somebody to help bring you up, but also throwing the raid to somebody can change someone's week.
Yeah.
And Neek and I touched on this. I was playing to Neek, a month ago. It was just one person in the chat. I saw the number 1 in the corner. It said we're live, and it's me playing to Neek. I'm talking on the microphone to him. He's answering me in text, and 4 Color Zach raids me for 200 people. And I'm like, yo, this is the kind of shit that needs to happen. That needs to happen in all scenes, in live performers, where people are like, yo, we're making the fucking music and we're playing it on Twitch. Like, there's so many dope acts that need that little bump. And so I definitely think you touched on a good point. And the gatekeeping shit, man, it's 2021. Like, people are still reliving their heyday from 98, and it's like, yo, you're a legend, but who are you going to have play support if you don't fuck with anyone? It
was like you're gonna be able to see like who's really a DJ when we open back up, because like these guys on Twitch some of them think they're killing it, but I'm like, we could never put you in a 4-hour set because you're not gonna last. You're not gonna be able to translate your numbers over to an actual real live crowd. It's been a couple of DJs I've seen in person, like in DC, Baltimore, wherever. Like, they have lots of numbers on Twitch. I'm like, that's great, you're making money, but I've also seen you live and you couldn't even connect your controller to the house board.
See?
Yeah.
We'll see what happens when you come check with the vultures. Hey, yo, moving on.
Yeah.
I'm getting hungry though. So So Nick, come on, man.
Go ahead, Nick.
Get these vultures. I am endorsing new DJs. Not new DJs. I am endorsing DJs for fast food companies. So what I want to know is, if you have the opportunity to be endorsed by a fast food company of your choice, a la Travis Scott and McDonald's, what is your fast food restaurant of choice, and what is the meal that we're selling? What is the Mathias meal?
Ooh, fast food. Let's think I try to avoid. Is Chipotle considered like fast food?
Mm-hmm.
I'll take it. It's owned by McDonald's.
I'd take Chipotle.
Okay.
Definitely Chipotle, and probably like a certain type of burrito, I guess.
Yeah, it's got to be specific to you. Like, if you have any custom situations you do.
Some oxtail in a burrito.
Oxtail burrito.
Come on. Come on.
There we go. Okay.
A little off menu action.
Yeah.
A little off the menu, a little secret one.
What's the drink of choice?
That one. You got to know the drink.
Funny, like, I mean, I don't drink soda. I stopped drinking soda like 10 years ago. So
Smart.
if I had to choose a soda, I guess it would be like, you guys ever had birch beer?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a very East Coast answer. Like, birch beer, I didn't I didn't know about it until recently. We have a grocery store out here in Vegas that like sells East Coast items.
Yeah, but
and Birch. What's that?
Dutch, do they have that brand out there?
Yeah, so they don't have a lot of brands out here, like even like tasty cakes, like that's not a thing. So in this grocery store they carry all that shit.
Yeah, Birch is like my shit.
Birch beer. Yeah.
So birch beer from Chipotle with an oxtail burrito.
Come on. That sounds bomb.
Yo, that's like a don't eat that before an open to close set.
Yeah, definitely don't.
Yeah, no, that's a day off meal.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's coming at the crib. Yo, Mathias, you played Bonnaroo in 2019?
Kid.
Tell us about that.
My boy Jack. So there's a hotel chain called The Line. The Line's in LA, and there was one in DC. There's still one in DC. And in one in DC, they had a radio station. My boy Jack Inslee from New York moved down here and ran the radio station. So me and him became friends. And he started coming out to my parties, and he was like, yo, I can play everything, blah, blah. If I need you one day, I'm going to hit you up. I'm like, all right. So one day he hit me up. He's like, hey, you ever thought about playing Bonnaroo? I was like, huh? Well, at Bonnaroo, I don't know how he's connected, but he's connected. So there's a big barn. Have you guys been to Bonnaroo before?
No, I haven't.
The Bonnaroo is like on massive land. There's like 4 or 5 different headliner stages. And then like off in the cut, like still in the main land, is this big old barn. Like you probably fit like 10 Mack trucks in there, like that big of a barn. And then there's a stage. Well, every year for the past, I don't know, 5, 6 years, they give him that barn to do whatever he wants with it. I was like, yo, he's like, I'm gonna put you on the bill for Bonnaroo. He's like, fly in, I'll cover your flights and get here, come rock. So I played like 3 sets in a 24-hour window, and then I left because I didn't want to just go spend money on a hotel. But it was fun. It was wild. It was like festival times 10. I guess you consider like Coachella almost. It's a lot of people. A lot of camp bracelets, a lot of young kids. A lot of like stuff I didn't want to see happening like in like areas. I'm just like, but it was really dope. And then they have like an artist section where they feed you, give you coffee. I think like you do some artist laundry back there and shit like that. Definitely experienced my first ever real festival playing besides South by Southwest. Definitely dope.
Did you meet any artists while you're out there?
Unfortunately not. Because I wanted to meet what's her name? Casey Great Musgraves.
Yeah.
Oh,
Casey
yeah.
Musgraves. Yeah.
I want to see her live perform, but unfortunately I missed her set. But I definitely would have tried to meet her first.
Casey, if you're listening, what's good? What's good?
Shout out Casey.
Just from me, don't listen to these other guys. This is just you and me talking right now.
Casey, what's up, girl? I am speaking for Phenom right now because you know, I got that voice for him. So Casey, if you're listening, call me up. It's Phenom, PHNM. Call me.
I'll give a little kiss at the free throw line like Jason Kidd. Hello, how are you?
Yeah.
Are you going to be throwing parties once things get back? You think you'll be throwing your own things?
Yeah, I've talked to a couple people, and even at the place in Capo, they want me to do my own event. So I'm going to team up with some people and bring some parties back.
I have to come out and see you, man.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Town definitely have you guys on.
Absolutely.
A lot of places in DC where I normally have residencies have all closed down.
Yeah.
Spots left, which is Capo, one of them, and a place called Hill Prince. Every other place, like Marvin was like a huge DC staples. The restaurant based after Marvin Gaye's life when he went to record, I forget which album, but he's in Belgium. The album he recorded in Belgium. All that influence he brought on that album, they used that to describe or to build out this place called Marvin. So like they had like a French menu. It was all
Oh, that's sick.
But unfortunately, it was like a DC staple. Opened 2007. You would never hear top 40 there whatsoever.
Yeah.
This is don't hear great music. Like, just good music. Every time you'd be like, there's nothing going on with the Marvins. The DJ's gonna be playing something great. Unfortunately, COVID came through and they had to shut down. So that was like my every first Friday was my happy hour spot. And
Damn.
I recorded the mix on SoundCloud, so you guys can check it out. So it's like a live environment. But that place is gone. Mission Music Hall is gone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Shout out to that crew, man. The U Street crew. That's something that was groundbreaking.
Yes.
U Street is definitely there should have been more U Streets throughout the United States.
Definitely. Definitely.
DJs booking awesome shit, taking control of a club scene, making it their own, and then, taking good care of the fucking DJs that are, holding this thing up. Big shout out to U Street. Previously, we've asked this question, and I want to pose it to you. If you could open up a club, what would the name of your club be, and who would your first resident DJ be?
Name of a club. It has to be like one word. Something just like bland, so like no frills about it whatsoever. I don't know what I would call it.
Nightclub.
Club night is what you call it.
Yeah.
Oh, I honestly don't know what I would call it. I would call it Sade.
Ooh.
Sick.
Call it Sade. And my first resident DJ. It's a tough one. He's on Twitch Monday through Friday. Get Live.
Shout out Get Live. Yeah. Yeah.
That dude, like, I thought I had like wide range. That dude has wide range. Like, it's never hear him like repeating himself. Like, he's just every time I watch him, like, it's inspiring. It's great to have him on during the day to start your day off. So that will be Get Live. Or Get Live or Yasmin, who used to be a DJ on Rents. And I don't know if she's still DJing now, but she's a girl singer. She does the vocals for Breakbot. So she goes on tour with him all the time.
Whoa.
And so she stopped the radio show. They were touring nonstop. But she has an ear for like almost everything. So those two are good.
Do you think you're going to continue to implement Twitch in your live sets once things really open up?
The club has Wi-Fi, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I love being able to do that. Because like there's a record store outside my apartment building, and they had me do a DJ set a couple months ago. And I was like, I wonder if I can live stream. I'm like, our Wi-Fi's good. So I brought my little webcam, attached it to the window, put it on Twitch, and ended up being like people to come in. He's like, oh, you're actually like DJ. I'm like, yeah. And so I'm gonna start doing that. Like, put it on there. And why not get paid twice? Because like you get paid for people watching you, and then you get paid for DJing in real life. Like, get your Twitch hours. Like, why not?
Yeah. No, absolutely. Absolutely. How often do you stream? What's your weekly routine like right now?
I don't have a schedule because I work during the day. Well, I have to be on site sometimes 2 times a week, but they rotate because we have to rotate all of us essential employees. So I can never make like an actual set schedule. But lately, it's just like if I'm off during the day, because my peers should not be hearing that I'm not working during the day. I try to do at least like every other day. I try to do like 2 to 4 hours. It's just random problems whenever I'm at home, if I feel like hopping on, or if like I just hear music, I'm like, all right, I want to play some records real quick. Like, it's just sporadic. There's no set schedule. I should have, I don't. So it's just whenever you see me online, I'm online.
It's working. It's working for you, man. I do want to say that. I've caught Mathias multiple times DJing. I know these guys have as well. Fantastic streamer. You're on every week. You do the Gravy Train too. Shout out to MP. Shout out to those people involved in that.
He just puts me on his joints. He does a breakfast, lunch, dinner show, and then he does Yacht Rock or Yacht Life Thursdays. I've done that a couple of times. Really great people. Shout out to him.
Man, you travel too. I saw on your IG you were out in Puerto Rico. What's your favorite city you've been in so far?
Puerto Rico's actually really nice. That was my second time there. I actually like Puerto Rico a lot. I am an East Coaster, so I will say my favorite city is like Brooklyn. It's like there's always something going on. And there's not anything Brooklyn, you hop in a cab, you go to Manhattan, you find something there.
Yeah.
Second closest to that would probably be Philadelphia.
Philly? Yeah.
LA's cool.
Where's the Philly cheese spot?
D'Alessandro's. Or if you're on South Street, go to my favorite on South Street is Jim's and Ishkabibbles.
Neek, write this down.
I just got back from Philly like a month ago, and I'm gonna be back in like 2 weeks. Alessandro's fire.
A good dinner, it's a little pricey, but like there's a place called Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Me and my brother going twice. We went for Halloween one year just to get out of DC, and we went again for my birthday earlier this month. And it's a tasting course menu. It's probably gonna be like $250 for 2 people. You know, like
okay,
most cool setting. It's nothing pompous, just like whatever. I went in like a button up and like jeans, sneakers, whatever. But it's 10 courses and everything is fucking amazing. The menu switches up every month. But I highly recommend it. And definitely, like, if you're gonna do it, think about it. Doing it or booking in advance because they fill up every weekend.
Cool.
Music's always like good R&B and hip hop. Last time we were there, it was there's a playlist on Spotify called All the Hip Hop Samples, and so that's what they had playing that night. So like, and everyone's
That's
super
cool.
Drinks are amazing. The food is amazing. Like I want to go back, but I'm just like, that's $250 every time we go. So
yeah,
it's definitely worth. Worth it.
There's that like food market that's in Center City. It's like under a bridge.
Oh,
and yeah, and they have a pizza spot in there that is fucking unreal.
Is that Rays or?
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it. It's gonna drive me nuts, but it's in that giant food market that's like under the bridge. And it's hot as hell in there just because it's just a building filled with like little businesses cooking. But the pizza spot is unfucking real. It's like right there by the exit. It's crazy. Philly's dope. I like Philly a lot.
Philly is dope.
It's like a combination of Baltimore and New York to me, except smaller than New York. It's like
yeah,
but you also have like your transplants, bridge and tunnel people, but it's a lot of working class. It's just a good feel when I get there, you know.
Yeah.
It's Sesame Street.
That's a quick drive from you, yeah.
Yeah, about 2 hours.
That's not bad at all.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're right. You're right in the hub where you got the action. I've been thinking about this today, and I want to pose this to the group because every week I like to come up with an off-the-wall question for everyone. Gentlemen, if you could have only one appetizer for the rest of your life, if you went out to a restaurant and you could only pick one appetizer anytime you went out, what would that be? Let's start with Jupiter.
That's a tough one.
Little Smokies are really good appetizers for a barbecue. I like the Little Smokies. They're really good. I don't know why that popped in my head, but they're really good.
Like at a restaurant, they'd only give you little sausages every time you showed up. Like here,
never been to one. Never been to one like that. Hey, if they're Little Smokies are my favorite appetizers. Let's go.
Okay, Neek.
I am a bread guy. I love like when you go to Cheesecake Factory and they bring you like the assortment of bread.
Mm-hmm.
They have like the sourdough and their brown bread is called brown bread. Like it's not rye, it's their own bread. I guess like a fresh sourdough loaf is always like for me.
Every time you show up, they're like, "Here's your bread, sir.
Here's your bread. Here's your bread and some sort of a schmear or like a house butter with olive oil and pepper is always like solid, even though it's very basic.
Yeah.
But a good sourdough loaf is fucking fire. It's not easy to make.
It's true.
Not basic, man.
It's true. You show up to Buffalo Wild Wings and they're like, "Here's your loaf of sourdough. Enjoy your meal."
Perfect.
Perfect.
Pair it with my fucking mango habaneros.
Let's go.
Or my nuke. I'll bring my own nuke sauce.
Hey, shut up, Matthias. You got.
I would have to say calamari.
Woo! East Coast.
Definitely calamari.
That's a good pick. We can't. I mean, it's just not. East Coast has it on lock. Like, all right, how many things of Old Bay do you have in your cabinet right now?
1, 2, maybe.
See,
I have 4.
Oh, well, that's just excessive.
It's ready.
No, man. Hey, you have to be ready whenever you get crab.
By the way, Travis is not at home right now. He just brought that with him. He's in Arizona with just.
Absolutely. Put it in my girl's purse.
Yeah.
Keep that thing on.
Keep it ready.
Yo,
Keep it ready.
Yeah, realistically, when's the last time you ate fries without Old Bay seasoning on them, right? Like,
I might have it yesterday.
Yo, since I've been to Philly, that's all. Like, Old Bay fries are my shit. Also, and I don't know if this is the same for DC, but I've discovered that American cheese is different on each side of the country. So here, when we say American cheese, it's usually like just a Kraft single. But over there, when they're like, "Yo, do you want American cheese?" they give you like a little cup of white cheese dipping sauce.
queso?
It's like nacho cheese, but it's white, and that's what they call American cheese. I don't know if that's the whole country. I don't know if that's just East Coast or if that's just Philly. But when I was there, and like my Philly friends were like, "Yeah, that's what American cheese is." And my buddy moved from LA, and he's like, "Yeah, that's American cheese out here."
The thing about Philly too is they don't do like slices like that. They do whiz, like cheese whiz.
Yeah, they do whiz.
So
but like white American, like there's white cheddar, I get that, but just like American cheese is like an entirely different thing to me than what it was out there. So I don't know if that's an East Coast thing or if that's just a Philly thing, but
I've had it everywhere. Like everywhere in DC, there's a lot of places that do offer the cheese sauce, but 9 times out of 10, cheese. But
it's just a whiz, yeah.
Philly, that makes sense. It's like you go to like the place I'd say for subs, gyms. You go and you order, you have to say whiz with or whiz without.
Right.
But the whiz is always tastes a million times better than. It's not like the canned shit. It doesn't taste like that.
It doesn't taste like, but it is the canned shit. I've seen it.
It is the canned shit.
It's like how. Yeah, I never understood that. Travis, take us to the movies.
Okay, let's rock. Mathias, what movies have you been watching, man? If you were watching any movies, what movies were they? Let's go. Your last 3.
My last 3 movies I watched. I'm gonna put it on Netflix. Well, The Dark City, the Baltimore drama, that's not a movie; it's a documentary.
Okay, yeah, that works though.
That counts.
But shows. I Google this up real quick.
Yeah.
Honestly, off the top of my head, I do not remember.
In the meantime, Trav, tell them about our cinematic universe.
Oh yeah, I was getting there. Okay, so Mathias, we are currently building a DJ biopic cinematic universe. All right. So in this DJ biopic cinematic universe, who's playing Mathias? And it could be somebody dead or alive.
Who's playing me as a DJ?
Who's playing you in the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. You as a DJ, you as a person, you as a stockbroker on Wall Street, you as a go-go drummer.
I would say Denzel Washington.
Denzel.
Solid.
I like it. It's a great pick.
I think, is he also playing Fuse?
He is. He's gonna do a role swap.
He's playing Fusemania.
Yeah. Because whenever Denzel swaps with Brad Pitt with Fuse.
Yeah, because Fuse Denzel and Brad. So whenever he's not you, he's gonna be you.
Yeah.
And subsequently Jason Momoa as well. There's 3 people playing one character.
Dark City. It's funny because like Training Day was the last movie I watched after that.
Of course.
And then Malcolm and Marie. That was fucking like I don't know why.
What was it called? Malcolm and what?
Marie?
Oh, that's with Denzel's son.
Yeah.
And Zendaya. Yeah. That's heavy, man.
Oh, that movie was heavy.
I can't watch that, especially I can't watch that with my girl.
Yeah, those are the last 2 movies.
I refuse to watch that with my girl. Cannot watch that. That's too. It's like
y'all
too
be
real.
fighting.
Yeah, it's too real. Too real. It'll bring up stuff that is like doesn't need to be brought up.
She'll be like, "Yo, she's right." You're like, "Nah, she's." And now y'all are fighting.
Yeah, exactly. And now we look like that movie.
We watched it together, and I was just like, if I ever act like that, fucking leave it.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just it brings up too many red flags in that movie, man.
A lot.
He said, "I refuse to watch that fucker."
Refuse. Oh man, more power to you for watching it with your girl, man. Because couldn't catch me doing that.
No, wait, Mathias, have you seen People Just Do Nothing? Do you watch that show?
Yeah.
Okay. We got to talk about this because we haven't done a podcast yet where we get to talk about this.
Yeah, with a guest.
With a guest. So I want to hop into this real quick. We all just started it collectively, us 3. We started it weeks ago. I started watching it. And I texted these guys like, yo, you have to see this shit. Because it's fucking hysterical. But B, it also hits pretty close to home.
So close.
Like as a DJ.
Because we're all like slightly delusional as DJs. Like you have to be kind of crazy to be a fucking DJ. Like we're weird people, you know?
Yeah.
So we're delusional, and this just brings out the heightness of delusion.
Yeah. So you see it. What's that?
Parents texted me one day. He's like, "Yo, the show's about you." I was like, "What?" She was like, "This is for you." I was like, I watched it. I was like, "Oh shit!" Like, it's a funny show.
It's our office.
Yeah.
I watched The Office. I tried 2 episodes.
Yeah. See, you gotta kind of be like a corporate America person to appreciate The Office, right?
I don't know, because I work for the government, but like it just didn't click. Like we don't have those type of people there.
Well, okay, true. Yeah.
I personally love The Office, but that
same.
Yeah,
but that is People Just Do Nothing it is my new Office. It is fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
it's great, and you watch this shit where you're like, yo, these guys are having trouble passing out flyers to people, or nobody shows up. When you walk into the club with these star eyes and then you see 2 people there sitting down having a drink and you're like, yo, I'm about to hop on and DJ. Like that shit hits so fucking close to home.
But then you get the guys that are in a relationship and you see the way that they work in their relationships with their girls and whatnot. And their girls are riders. Their girls are ride or dies. You know?
Yeah.
It's way close to home.
It's too close to home. It's a funny fucking show. It reminds me of all the stages of being a DJ. Like when you're very green and like you want to go to a club and you're like you get in one of your first gigs and you're like, I'm gonna tear the fucking roof off this. Let's go hard for 2 hours, and you walk in and there's 2 people and you're like, I'm gonna tear the roof off this place. I'm going hard for 2 hours.
Just sweat.
You just do it anyway.
Sweat.
Crush it.
Like how Grinder took the Molly, passed out in the alley.
Hop back up.
Hop back on the set, man. That's our life.
There's that stage show, and I think with the natural progression of things or unnatural progression where we are going through this COVID cycle, we are at the top of that again, where we're going back into it, where you're like, yo, don't you know who I am? And you're like, hey man, we're playing for just the staff right now. Like there's no one here, you know? And it's like, you could tell anyone that you were like at the peak of your career before this shit but this was the great equalizer in this pandemic where you hop back in now and be like, hey, most of these spots I used to play at are not a thing anymore. They're like a Target or they're a Starbucks or whatever. And so now I'm going into these new places like, no, see, this is not how I got paid here and this and that. And people are like, yo, I don't fucking care, my guy. Like, just play the fucking peaches and I'll pay you at the end of the night. So we're going through that weird stage right now where us as DJs, us as nightlife, even in Vegas, you know, I see Vegas people talking about, well, how come they wouldn't book all these new guys for this and that? We had time to even the playing field and book new guys. No, man.
No.
Like these guys, like if you pay to go see Diplo, like they don't want to see like Bill from down the street. Like, you know, like that's just
It
not.
cracks me up that that's even a notion. I just talked to somebody who was like, "Oh, I see Vegas is back to being Vegas," and I'm like, "Well, yeah."
Why wouldn't it?
Like, why the fuck wouldn't it be? Like, the old formula made millions of dollars a night. Like,
Yeah, Vegas didn't have this amnesia where it was like, I think there's these guys, the chain smokers, but just you don't hear about them anymore. And it's like, no, like they're still putting up 40 million on Spotify every month. Like, you know, with or without your pandemic, like things are just going to go right back to how they were.
Right back.
The only thing, and that touches back on what you were saying, that these new guys need a shot for sure. So festival lineups, absolutely. If you see a festival lineup and it's all the same shit, it's like, all right, man, like we literally learned nothing. But I think festivals should have their own Twitch stage now. I think Twitch should be a sponsor of these festivals and pack that motherfucker with Four Color Zach headlining and Mike 2600 and Bird and X, Y, and Z and draw those crowds that were walking from stage to stage over and being like, yo, what is this shit?
Yep.
That's just my point too, man.
Yep.
And
what if the Twitch
stage?
What?
The Twitch stage at the Twitch stage at the at the festival is actually them streaming and like there's a crowd, but they're only like they're
only on their phone.
Chat.
They're only on their phone. It's quiet.
And they're still talking on the mic like 90% of the stream.
It's like a silent disco. Like
yeah. All the LED screens is just the Twitch stream so that you can see
like,
the chats.
Yeah.
Chat.
They're like, yo,
It's them just talking to the chat.
You have Scratch
Somebody
Bastard.
who has no idea what's happening. They're like,
yeah.
what the hell's going on in here?
Yeah, you have Scratch Bastard closing out the set, and it's just chat. You see your name just for 1 second before it drops down.
Yeah, they're like, yo, we got a raid train here, and it's somebody just doing a conga line with 75 people over to the stage, and you're like, yo, this is fucking whack, man.
The conga line from the main stage over to the Twitch stage.
Yeah, they're like, yo, Serrato's here, and it's just somebody dressed as the icon. Like, people are like, you know, this was a horrible idea. Why did they have time off?
The icon is a mascot running around at the festival.
With a conga line behind them. Yeah. They're like, yo,
this doesn't work.
Yeah, they're like, throw those bits, and people are like, yo, I don't think people are just throwing air.
It doesn't translate. It doesn't translate into real life, man. We're just gonna have to start streaming events if you can't make it.
The more we unroll this, the more I can see from an outsider looking. And that person's like, "Yo, I'm never going to Coachella again, man." It's fucking dumb. Fucking weirdos, man. Yo, Mathias, let people know where the fuck they can.
Hold up. Before you do that, Mathias, real quick. We are building our 515 podcast playlist on Spotify. What song do we need to add on this playlist? Any song.
I just discovered this Common album that I didn't know came out last year. There's a song on there called well, one of them is definitely Figmore or Rosie. I don't know if you guys have heard of that song yet.
Who's it?
bit more Rosie. It's really cool, like boy indie type vibe. And then the other common song is called "What Do You Say."
Okay.
Yeah, What Do You Say? It's an album called actually "A Beautiful Revolution." That's the name of the album.
Uh-huh.
Came out.
What do you say, Common and PJ?
Yeah.
Okay.
Halloween last year, and I never knew about it until like the other week.
No. Part 1 or part 2?
Part 1.
Copy. Add it. All right, Colin, go ahead.
I was looking at Doge real quick. Can we talk about that?
Hey, we can talk about it, man, because tonight, now that we're filming this podcast on a Saturday, so we might be looking a little bit richer over here, y'all.
So this is the before us.
Don't tell anybody about it.
This is before us. This is the broke boys version of us. Next time you're gonna see me with a fresh Jesus piece, man.
Yeah.
You'll see. I'm gonna be doing the show from a pool, drinking out of a pineapple.
Yeah. I'm gonna be with chrome hearts top to tail, man. I'm gonna be like, hey, this guy's dressed to the nines, man.
Please, I'm recording the next podcast for my Tesla, bro, while it's driving me.
Yeah, shout out Elon.
Shout out Elon.
Matthias, are you holding any Doge over there?
I actually just checked. I went down $14.
Oh, what?
Oh, yeah. It's down right now, but not for long.
Well,
yeah, just wait for the night. Just wait for the night. Saturday Night Live.
Well, I should probably preface this into the future as we're like, okay, so Saturday afternoon it's down. By the time you talk to us on Monday, everyone's rich, everyone's quit their job, we're having a fantastic time, or you're still in it.
And still looking, still watching, having these pipe dreams.
Because we all got rich and just disappeared. So.
Yeah. It's about the friends we made along the way.
Oh man! All right, Colin, pack us up.
Okay, Matthias, where can people find you on socials, sir?
Everything is Mathias XDC, Mathias XDC. Everything. Twitter, SoundCloud, Mixcloud, Instagram, Facebook. I haven't. That's it. And then catch me on streams randomly, put your notifications on, and that's that.
Hey, shout out DC, man.
Yeah, shout out
DC. Gang.
Or DJ again, so you can DJ outside. So it started at May 1st. I'm actually DJing.
Are you 100% outside?
We're not 100%. Like you can only have, I think it's like 50% inside.
Yeah.
And then outside you can have as many people as you want. Just have to be separated. Or whatever.
Okay.
So this will be your first gig back, yeah?
Yeah, in real life. Yeah, besides the record store gig.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Dang. Well, you better be streaming that shit.
I don't know if they have Wi-Fi out. It's funny because like my friend has these things called Sandlots. That's what they're doing. They put a new one in Georgetown. But the thing about living in DC, us DC DJs haven't been able to DJ unless you venture out. It's 10 minutes, you can go DJ 10 minutes away from Virginia. Virginia's like completely open. Like they've been open, like they say they weren't open, but they were literally open on the insides, like people just wilding out. But here in DC, we're stuck here for a year and we can't DJ. But 10 minutes away, people can't. All the people in DC are going out there and like bringing COVID back here. So no, I waited it out. I was like, I'm not DJing in Virginia. Like, there's no fucking way. Their numbers are too high. People are reckless. I miss it, but I don't miss it that much, you know?
Right.
What's
your first song back?
My first song back. DMX niggas done started something.
Let's go. I was about to bark on him, but.
A bow wow. Woof woof.
Some for everyone.
Hey.
Yeah. No, I feel that. That's a great first song back. Let me tell you.
Yeah, it is.
As we do like to do around here before we roll out, we got a lot of DJs that are green. We got a lot of producers that are green. We got a lot of guys that would like to be in your shoes playing for the likes of K Tronada Thievery Corporation, etc. Drop one gem on them before we roll out. Share some advice for up and coming guys. How can they make what you've done become a reality?
What I did as a typical practice, make mixes on SoundCloud, and then go out and actually meet people. Talk to them, be a human. Walk in the club or walk in the party and be like, yo, who books? We put me on. Let people feel you. That's how I got it. Like, I was going to parties in the summer, next thing you know, people were like, oh, you DJ, like, I need a cover. I was shout out my man, Jerome Baker. I need a cover this Thursday, can you come and play? And I was like, all right. So I covered for him. I said, no, I ended up in residency.
Hey, come closer to the mic.
What's that?
Come closer to the mic.
Come closer.
So, yeah, so Jerome leveled up and started doing downtown clubs and he could cover. I covered it for a spot. A month later, I got a residency there. But, like, I met Jerome just going out and networking and talking to people, not even asking. That's the thing a lot of new DJs do not do. They just expect, like, oh, hey, I got Serato, can you book me? It's like, nah, that's not how it works. Be humble, go meet, practice, brand yourself, put your SoundCloud links up, and then keep at it, and eventually it'll come to you.
Hmm. And dude, I have to ask this before we dip out. Do you and Jerome have a duo? Is it like Legion of Doom type thing where you're like, yo, let's fuck shit up?
Like we play parties together. He also has a collective called the Rock and Social Club. They do a lot of like the cool events in DC. They'll have me on as a guest. And then, me and Jerome play like a million parties together. Like we're all home, we're all friends. Like I'm gonna go see him a little bit. He's DJing at 6:30 or 7 o'clock. I'm gonna go see him. And like we're all friends for like 10 years. So,
That's dope.
All each other on weekends.
Love that. Well, big ups, man. Thank you so much for joining us. Everyone listening, please go check out Mathias. Go find him on Twitch. I'm constantly
and make some money with us too. Get on Doge.
Get on Doge. I'm constantly Shazamming songs from this guy. Absolutely fantastic. Go follow him on Mixcloud and SoundCloud.
You're gonna have to send me that Dropbox though, with his stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna need that Mathias Dropbox.
Yeah.
What Dropbox?
No, that calling from you though. Calling from you. You was Shazamming all of his songs.
Oh.
No. That's premium content, as the kids say.
Oh, now. Okay. Listen to you. Premium. All right. Let's go. Pack it up.
We will be back next week, same time, same place, with another episode of the 5 on 5 podcast with special guests from Las Vegas, P. Dot.
Yeah.
Mathias, thank you so much for rocking with us. Stay safe out there. Rip it in DC.
Yes, sir.
Bring those open air vibes back to the streets.
Hey, man, and congratulations on getting back at it, man. Congratulations.
Yes, sir.
It's a milestone, really. So, yeah, congrats.
Big ups to all working DJs, and we'll see you guys next week.
Hey, shout out Crespo. I'm right here in Scottsdale with Crespo. It's going to go on in a couple hours, so shout out Crespo.
Hell yeah. Later, y'all.
Later.